when you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me the way that Rihanna wants to kill me?
Her spirit is in the spirit of the world, and it is very non-purposeful.
Rihanna's over there, and she's there with the devil. They don't want me to get money. They don't want me to be successful. I made $3,000 one day on a day trade trading NVDA. And then Rihanna, she pops up in the spirit with the devil, and they're like, nah, 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 nah. And then they went over and they attacked a legal case. They went and attacked my lawyer, Jennifer Meister, and they took her spirit and her energy, and they were just right there. Like, I could see them vivid as day.
That's Satan. He just wants to keep something beautiful, just like his Rihanna.
You guys need to wake up and don't give that girl any attention. They want to come over here and steal my thoughts.
Psychosis is real, people. I genuinely cannot wrap my head around the fact that if things had gone wrong at Rihanna's home this past weekend, this video would have been about something completely different. Scary stuff. Now, people who are close to Rihanna, or were once close to her, all have something to say about the situation, including her ex, Chris Brown. But before we get into all of that, let me ask you something. Do you know what a parasocial relationship is? It's basically a one-sided emotional connection where someone develops strong feelings for a celebrity or media personality, even though that celebrity has absolutely no idea this person even exists. And honestly, that's the only way to make sense of why a woman named Ivanna Ortiz drove up to Rihanna's home in a white Tesla, parked right across the street from the front gate, and started shooting from inside her car. Now, apparently, several celebrities have been reaching out to Rihanna to show their support after the incident, and Chris Brown is allegedly one of them. According to people close to him, Chris is really shaken up by the whole thing. And here's the wild part. He's actually putting the blame on A$AP Rocky, saying Rocky didn't do enough to keep his family safe. He reportedly thinks Rocky is too laid back, spending all his time chasing an acting career and worrying about his outfits, while Rihanna is at home handling everything with the kids on her own. Now, before anyone comes for me, this was a terrifying moment for everyone involved, and nobody should be criticized for wanting Rihanna to be safe. And honestly, those comments about A$AP Rocky kind of make more sense when you consider the reports suggesting that one of his ops may have actually ordered this attack. So here's what we know. Ivanna Ortiz is a 35-year-old licensed speech pathologist from Orlando, Florida. She pulled up to Rihanna's home on what was just a normal day for the family and opened fire. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. But the incident left Rihanna, her entire family, and even the neighbors absolutely shaken. Ivanna was arrested within 30 minutes and charged. Her bail was originally set at a staggering $10 million because of how many people she endangered, though it was later brought down to around $1.8 million. Prosecutors pointed out that there were people both inside Rihanna's home and in the neighboring property at the time, which made Ivanna's actions especially reckless and dangerous. When investigators dug into his social media, what they found was deeply disturbing. There was post after post about Rihanna. In one of them, she wrote, "Are you there? Say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you're talking to me somewhere I'm not." And that was just one of many. There was an entire trail of posts, including one where she talked about what life would look like after Rihanna's death, writing, "Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future." She also accused Rihanna of trying to harm her and even compared Rihanna's face to the devil. Basically, Ivanna's posts were full of claims that Rihanna was stealing her thoughts, that she was constantly jealous of everything Ivanna did, that she invaded her dreams every single night, and that she was somehow blocking Ivanna from living the life she was supposed to have. She even said that Rihanna's spirit had no real purpose, and that once Rihanna was out of the picture, God would finally give Ivanna the destiny that had been waiting for her all along. This is absolutely wild and honestly terrifying. And Rihanna wasn't even the only celebrity on her radar. Ivanna has a whole history of posting disturbing rants about Cardi B and Kim Kardashian too. She even tried to file a legal injunction to shut down a Billie Eilish concert in Florida over noise complaints. She genuinely believed that these celebrities knew who she was, were jealous of her, and that she was superior to all of them. On top of that, her Facebook page was filled with posts about Drake, which has a lot of people wondering whether there's any connection there. When it comes to the motive, why Rihanna specifically, most people have landed on the most obvious explanation, which is that this is a case of severe mental illness combined with an unhealthy celebrity fixation. And honestly, this kind of thing happens more often than most people realize. Some fans don't just look up to celebrities from a distance. Over time, they start to feel like they actually have a real personal relationship with them. That admiration slowly shifts into something darker. They start believing the celebrity is communicating with them through song lyrics, social media posts, or interviews. Some even convince themselves that they've had private exchanges, like maybe the celebrity followed them from a secret account, or that hidden messages were being passed back and forth. So when that imagined connection starts to feel like rejection or silence, it triggers something that feels like real betrayal. As crazy and frightening as it sounds, this is something that genuinely happens in the real world. That said, there are others who believe something more concrete may have gone down between Rihanna and Ivanna at some point. Some people are suggesting that maybe Rihanna visited a restaurant where Ivanna was working and the interaction didn't go well. It's also possible that they crossed paths briefly at an event and Ivanna read way too much into whatever happened. And then there's the theory that this wasn't just a random act at all, that maybe Ivanna didn't come up with this on her own, and that someone else with a motive against Rihanna may have been pulling strings behind the scenes. Celebrities exist in worlds full of business deals gone wrong, personal grudges, and people who feel wronged for one reason or another. Given everything that's already come out, that theory isn't entirely out of left field. Whatever the real motive turns out to be, Rihanna was not about to stick around and wait to find out. The very next day after the shooting, she was seen loading up private jets with luggage and bassinets, getting her whole family out of Los Angeles as fast as possible. And understandably so. Her mother was in the house when it happened. Her children were there. She was literally just washing dishes when this woman showed up outside her home. And A$AP Rocky was not there. He has not released any kind of statement about the incident either, which has a lot of people talking. As for the outpouring of support Rihanna received, it came from fans and fellow celebrities alike, and Chris Brown was allegedly among them. But a lot of fans feel strongly that Chris is the last person who should be commenting on anyone's safety or well-being, given what he put Rihanna through himself. And look, I get it. Chris Brown and Rihanna's history is complicated and painful. We all know what happened. According to Chris's own account, the two were in a Lamborghini the night before the 2009 Grammys when Rihanna confronted him about being with another woman. Things escalated into a physical fight, and Rihanna ended up with a busted lip, a black eye, and injuries across her face. Chris claimed that during the altercation, Rihanna grabbed him while he was trying to drive, and that he bit her in response. He said she then got out of the car screaming for help, and he told her to stop because they were going to get in trouble. As a result of that night, Chris was sentenced to 5 years of probation, 1 year of domestic violence counseling, and 6 months of community service. So yeah, when Chris Brown shows up in the comments talking about protecting Rihanna, the internet is going to have thoughts.
I'm telling you the truth, I swear to God. I'm telling you the truth, stop it. So then she hits me a couple more times and I just kind of it doesn't go from translation to let's sit down, I'm telling you the truth. It goes to now I'm finna be mean and be evil, arguing. So then I remember she tried to kick me. It's like just her just being upset. But then I really hit her, I with a closed fist, like I punched her, and it busted her lip.
However, a completely different angle surfaced much later. According to this version of events, Chris Brown got furious after Rihanna gave him an STD, one that she had reportedly contracted from none other than Jay-Z. After he confronted her about it, Rihanna followed Chris to the Lamborghini and the argument turned physical. Chris retaliated, and allegedly the whole thing was orchestrated in the way that made Chris take the fall for everything. Allegedly. But regardless of how it actually went down, that one night has followed Chris Brown everywhere he goes for his entire career. Every single time his name comes up, people drag that incident back into the conversation. And some people have even tried to use that narrative to strengthen their own cases against him. In a lawsuit filed in 2021, his former housekeeper Patricia Ayla claimed that her sibling was attacked by his Caucasian shepherd named Charka. Chris apparently called 911 after the alleged attack. Ayla stated that she witnessed the dog tear 3 to 4 inches of skin off her setter's arm, leaving the victim with PTSD, anxiety, and panic attacks. Now honestly, it's hard to see what any of that had to do with what happened between him and Rihanna, but the housekeeper reportedly intended to bring up his past as evidence in the case. Chris moved to block any reference to Rihanna from being introduced, arguing it had nothing to do with the lawsuit. And that right there tells you everything. That incident with Rihanna is never going away for him. So now with word getting out that he allegedly wants Rihanna to be safe after this shooting, people genuinely don't know how to feel about it. Personally, what I find strange is how widely known Rihanna's home address seems to be. People treat it like some kind of tourist destination. At this point, it's pretty clear she needs to seriously upgrade her security situation. And honestly, moving to a new location might not be the worst idea either, because right now she simply is not safe where she is. There are also people pointing out that Rihanna has always been very accessible to her fans, always out and about trying to live as normally as possible. And while that's admirable, the reality is that she is one of the most famous people on the planet, and that level of visibility comes with real risks. Other celebrities understand this and take serious precautions because of it. Think about Beyoncé. You almost never see her just casually out in public unprotected. And situations exactly like this one are the reason why. I don't know guys, this whole thing has been a lot to take in, but I want to hear your thoughts, including what you make of Chris Brown allegedly sending his support Rihanna's way. Drop everything in the comments below.